Hi everyone. As everyone aware, this is a season for income tax filings, and everyone must be confusing whether to choose the old tax regime or the new tax regime. So, in today's session, we are going to cover which one is best for you. So, we have prepared a detailed Excel sheet which will have comparison between the old and the new tax regimes, and we'll find out which is the best suitable tax regime for your particular income. This sheet is designed only for the salaried individuals. If you're having any business or capital gains income, better consult a chartered accountant and they will be able to guide you better, because this is just a simple Excel sheet to help the salaried individuals and the article students who are preparing multiple returns on day-to-day basis. So these are the basic details which we need. It is not an exhaustive list. I have given you a few sample list which is needed to start with. If you need any further details, this file will be shared with all of you guys. So you can update and you can add the list and update it. And these are something which are already available in the portal. So you don't need to get it separately. You can just download it from the portal. And you just need to select which is the nature of income you have. For example, salary. I have salary income. Okay. So this will say go ahead with the computation sheet. So since I have selected yes, it will say go ahead. If I don't select anything, it will just say select at least one income source. Okay, I have, for example, housing loan or some interest from house property, something I have. So I'm selecting that. For example, if I have a capital gains or some trade shares related gains or some crypto or some online games I have. If I select this, my sheet will say better consult your CA, because this sheet is not capable for any capital gains or business income. If you select any of this, it will say better consult your CA. And even other income, it will be like interest income or dividend income, some other incomes which you have, you can choose these fields. So if you have any of these three, salary, income from house property or other income, you can go ahead with this computation sheet. If you have capital gains or business income, don't consider this sheet and go ahead with the chartered accountant. So this is a computation sheet which we created, crisp and clear. We haven't added much of the details which are not needed. Only what is needed, we tried to kept it over here. And this will give me a complete list and to see whether old regime is beneficial or the new regime. So for that purpose, let's take some random data and let me update this sheet so we can compare which is better, old or new. We have added drop-down lists and we have put relevant controls wherever is needed. For example, the name is a free field. We can update anything. And PAN number should be 10 digits. So if you update something which is not 10 digits, it will throw an error. So if I try to give only 9, it will say the value doesn't match. So we have to give 10 fields. And date of birth, you can give your date of birth in the format. And age will be automatically calculated based on the formula. And the parent's age is a free field. You can keep your highest of your parent's age. And type of employment is a drop down. So you can select whether you are a government employee, state or central, doesn't matter, or you're other than government employees. Taxpayer, again, as I said, this is only for salaried individuals, so either individual or HUF. So I'll go with individual. Residential status, resident or non-resident. If you are a resident, select resident. Financial year, this particular sheet is relevant only for the current year, so I haven't given as editable field. Next year onwards, the slabs will change and everything will change. So we have to come with a new sheet. City of residence, whether it's a metro or non-metro, for the HRA calculations and all, you can select the city of residence. And for example, actual rent paid for the HRA calculation again. So these are the basic details which I need. And then basic salary plus DA. This is again for HRA purpose. That's why I haven't kept it in the column B, which is the actual amount. This is only for calculation purposes. I'll give maybe 7.5 lakh. HRA maybe some random numbers I'm just inputting. So if you have any perks or any other allowances in your form 16, you can update that. Gross salary I have updated. Perks, for example, if you have some 5,000, you can update. Any other allowances, if you have, you can update that. HRA exemption will be automatically calculated based on the details inputted, like actual rent paid, basic salary, HRA, gross, based on these particular details, HRA will be calculated. In the new resume, there's no HRA. So that's why it's showing 0. And if you have any leave, LT exemptions or any other professional tax will be there for everyone, right? So we can update that. Leave encashment or gratuity. If you have gratuity exemptions, you can update that. So you can either calculate it separately and you can give it, or you can just input it manually also. That's up to you. Net of exemptions we have to give. So if you notice one thing, I'm just updating the fields which are in blue. If it is not in blue, I don't need to worry about that, because I have, as I mentioned, fill all the cells which are in blue color. Rest all are either manual formula updated, or it's not needed to be updated. Rental income, for example, I have some 2 lakhs rental income and 1 lakh 50 as interest. The calculations will be automatically done and it will give me the output. Dividend 2000. Income from deposits be 10,000. And here I have some 50,000. And this will give me the total income as per old and as per new, after considering all the exemptions allowed and everything. Now coming to the ATC, for example, LIC some 50,000, PF 50,000, home loan maybe 30,000, tuition fee 0, SSY 25,000, other ATC maybe some 5,000. And 80D, I have 30,000 as insurance. For my parents, I have some 29,000. And preventive health checkup, I have some 6,000. Medical expenses. If we have a, if we don't have a insurance for the parents age 60, then the medical expenses are covered, right? So that can be added in this particular part. Since I'm showing the medical insurance, it won't be picking the values. And maybe NPS 60,000 and the 45,000 for, this is for employer, this is for employee. Both I have given some donations, and then the 80 additional interest on housing loan. If you have the additional interest, you can give it over here. But if you are giving, make sure that you have utilized complete 2 lakhs over here. So in this case, maybe let's change it to 2.5. Then you are giving balance 50,000 over here. 80 TTA and 80 TTB, it's automatically picking from the top. And any other deductions if you have, if any other deductions you have, update that. And finally, the TDS amount. If you have the TDS amount available, you can just update that. Based on that, it will automatically give which is the best suitable tax regime for you. In this particular case, it says old tax regime. Ideally, I have given all the exemptions just to make sure that it's working or not. So if you are not using all the workings, you can just give the relevant ones. And if you want to reset this particular data, you don't have to delete one by one. You can just click on this reset and everything will be fresh. So you can save it and you can start for a new client as and when it's possible. This is just a sample file for easing out the work for students and others who are working on ITRs rigorously. So if you want the file, I have given the link in the comment section. Go and check it out. If you have any queries in the file, just let me know. Thank you.